Well. Okay, we're looking today at Junkerton.
Yes, lovely map. I hate this.
Yep.
Good idea.
I hope it is this one.
Welcome to Junkertown.
Yes, it is. Okay. Stop.
You mean the pay? Yes.
Attackers
Yeah, the
incoming.
pain. Okay. First of all, wait, I have to switch the window and also do this and no, wait. Sorry, I have to meanwhile just OBS. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No worries.
Okay. Then we get Epic Pen. And then we change the recording to my screen. Okay. First of all, how you wanna play this? We have here on the high ground, we have here the Hawk, the Sigma, the Widow peeking us here. The soldier is peeking across the Widow, and the Anna is at the moment, not necessary to see or to know where she is. How do you would engage on this?
I would try to close distance in natural cover.
Yes and no.
Okay.
Of course, you wanna push the payload and get close to the enemies, but especially with this comp, like with the monkey, with the tracer, with the Zarya, and with the Ash. The Ash wants to get there and contest like the Widow and maybe the soldier. You could also play. You could also play instead of the Ash, an Echo. Yeah, would also work. And the way you wanna go is you wanna, of course, go on the high ground and try to get them off from the high ground, so then they don't have or they don't can look at you down. And most of the times you're doing that, but the problem is, especially on the first point, you can see that we go a little bit forward. This time you're jumping on the high ground, which is fine. Stormer, I don't know what you did there.
I'm not sure either. I can tell you.
Perfect. And yeah. So this engage was quite good. You're attacking the high ground, so you can push the card, and the enemies are focusing at the moment at the Winston. Of course, you have to watch the. Wait. Sometimes it's just annoying this too. Of course, you have to watch the soldier who can peek on your Anna. And the Widow can peek also if it continues going here, the payload. The Widow can also, if the payload continues going here, the Widow can also peek at your Anna. After some time, of course. Especially when she positions here, which she's gonna do later. Ash will try to support the monkey, will try to get some picks from the enemy support who are out of position or something like that. Okay. So let's continue and we'll see how it works out. Good bubble there, not gonna lie. But this is now the one thing. You're playing this comp right now if it would be Brawl. Like sticking to the payload and just pressing W. The problem is, you can easily jump on high ground.
Yeah.
To contest the high ground and maybe push them down. Also, you could jump on the soldier and the mercy, so they have to disengage. You get a little bit more room, especially for your support and your Ashe. But doesn't happen. You jump. I don't have to question this jump, I think. Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about you, Stormer. We can watch it in. No, wait, where are you? 7. We need to go here. I mean, the engage, like, this is fine, but don't waste all of your blinks. Like, you have to watch that you have your recall, stuff like that, but you can figure it out together with Drop. He probably can teach you Tracer better than me. But yeah. So the enemies are disengaging, you're pushing the cart, which is fine. And you're preparing for the monkey jump, I think, in a second. If I remember correct. Good rest there. Also, one thing, please stop jumping around when the enemies have a widow. Because you have to see it like this. When you play widow and there's just something jumping in the high, you of course will focus that. And yeah, just don't jump around. Also with Bab and every other hero which isn't a tank. So yeah, again you're getting back, which is kind of fine. Your Ashe is still a little bit out of position, not disengaging with the rest of your team, and you'll get punished for that. You should have backed up completely, because they can just push you and you're like cornered at this point, because you can't really get out, because there's a soldier watching you. Roadhog is also watching you with the Sigma. The soldier can watch you. And yeah. You're just cornered in this position. You should have went way earlier, back here. And do a completely regroup, so you don't act like an old battery for the enemies, and so on.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Good bubble again. Jump on the high ground. Force the soldier off the high ground, please. Because especially on Junkertown, on attack, when you have control over the high ground, you basically won that fight. Or more or less. Of course, you can fuck it up, but you have a huge advantage over the enemies. Yeah. It is a little bit problematic to just jump like in a full grouped up team. Because when you go 5 seconds back, you jump here in 1, 2, 3, 4 people. There should be a 5th, or I think he just respawned, and you can just get hooked, stoned. I mean, of course, he doesn't have a stone, but you can get hooked, focused by the Ana. Basically, 4 people or even 5 with the Ana. We can count the Ana also. Are looking at your monkey, he will probably die, even with the nano. Instead of, you should have just gone. You would have positioned Ysera at first in your POV, like so she can't see the Winston. Your Ashe should have just went here with the Mercy, and the Tracer could have. Wait. Could have, if she would be there, of course, flanked around here, around this building, and could have tried to kill the Ashe, the Mercy, sorry, and then just disengage. Or if she isn't really spotted, because there's still a nano monkey, she could have gone for the next support, which would be Anno. So then don't have any healing anymore. Supported, of course, by the Ashe, because the Anna isn't really in any cover. There's no shield in front of her, anything. So the Ashe could easily focus her. Tressa is focusing the Mercy, and they don't got any heals anymore. But get Nano, they're investing a lot of ults, which is fine. If you lose that fight, but I think you actually win it, or do you? No, you don't. But it's fine. They invested 3 ults, Flux, a Nano, and a Visor, and a Mercy ult, which is completely fine if you lose fights like that. Because they are just having in this fight the ult advantage, it's using it, overcommitting. You do a proper regroup. Yes, you do. And I think we can fast forward 5 seconds more. Okay, let me see the Winston. Okay. I don't know why you, in the first act, you went up here. But you should have stayed there. Because now there's 2 DPS, 2 supports looking at you. Not good. Also, Winston isn't a character who should flank. Or, of course, in some cases, but not the majority of the time, especially not in this case. Good bubble. Walking on his Sigma, that's fine. Hawk is using his ult against the Tracer. Interesting. You're forcing the soldier into Mercy from the high ground, really good. Tracer is going for the flank, good grab there. There's a lot of good things in this fight. Because you're actually starting to dive with the Winston. Yeah, let's just clean up.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Welcome to Junkertown.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Okay, you shouldn't jump into four enemies. That's not good because there's a hawk again who's gonna hug you, soldier, and so on. Instead of just push the payload, because at one point they have to drop down. Because you're gonna go up here and take 2 fights in this room or in this hallway, whatever, and they will just outspam you. Because Winston didn't have the range. The Tracer does have a huge damage fall off. The Ash could do something, but they have a Sigma, so even her dynamite is useless, and so on. So just go on the payload, because at some point they have to drop. Or go on the payload and you dive them from behind, because normally supports are standing in the back, and you can kill them. Then them. Yeah. So we will see. You will see what I mean in a second. Also, please don't take the Widow, the sniper 1v1, because Widow has basically sights on your spawn, and you don't have really natural cover, and she does.
Justice delivered. Justice delivered.
This is exactly the thing I meant. This shield is completely covering this entrance, whatever, and so you can't really throw a dynamite through it, and you don't have you can't reach the shield really. Only, of course, Tracer can do it, and the Ash, and Mercy, and Anna, and Zara, but it isn't enough shield spam, because you don't have really any shield in front of you. Because of that, they just can outspam you with the soldier who's damage boosted, the Winston who just can hook somebody and kill him, the Sigma can shoot around corners, so it's a really bad place for your comp to fight the enemy comp. Good sleep, but no value. Best example, Ash just got hooked, and you're now playing 5v6, Tracer's down, and so on. Okay. But can you see now what I meant with don't fight them in this room or hallway?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a shield. If you would play Brawl, that would be a different story, because you just go Lucio speed amp and you just overrun them. Because Reinhardt in the front with his hammer is dealing a lot of damage. In this case, he would do damage to the Hawk, to the soldier, and to the Mercy. Also, you run there and May, so you could wall just there and they have to jump down. So they're not any threat anymore, because even if they rotate behind you, they have to rotate the whole way up here, which, like, at this point you're already down there, push the card and so on, so they don't get any volume. But on this comp you would have just go on the air there, go with the payload. Wait, go on the payload, get a payload. They will look at you down there, but at this point you can jump with the Winston up here. The Winston can get a bubble. Wait, let me change the color. Payload is black. Enemies will be yellow. They will look down here, of course, when the payload is something around here. The Winston can then engage on here, get his bubble, wrong color, get his bubble. Okay, again. I don't know, but you get the point. I'm just currently too stupid to draw something. Yeah, this will continue another fight. You will see. Also, why is the support standing still there when half of their team just died? Just instantly disengage. The bubble is useless. Because even though if you wouldn't place it, the Widow would have shot you, but there isn't really any profit for that. I mean, you have the spawn advantage. Of course, it's getting off 10 seconds from for them that they have to defend. But a Mercy isn't that needed to do an engage. Of course, she's needed and she's nice for the rest and the damage boost, but she isn't that necessary to do engage in this comp because you still have the Ana, and your whole win condition is of course the monkey dive, forcing the enemies from the high ground, and the tracer flank. And yeah, also tracer, good idea would have been sneak around them, try to kill the Ana. If you can't do it, press E for a recall and you're clean out. Just try to annoy them with the with your tracer as much as you can, so they always have to look behind, so they don't are focused that much on one spot. But yeah, let's continue because I don't have that much time, unfortunately. But that's you played that surprisingly good. You dived behind the Roadhog, gave him gave the Winston a bubble and a nano, so he can survive. That's really good. And you killed the Widower, so you don't have this off angle on you. Also good thing. And now you can, and the core now can just brawl at the enemies because they're distracted. Like the Hawk is ulting the Winston, the soldier is looking at the Winston, the Sigma is looking at the Winston, the Ana is looking at the Winston, and so on. Yeah, also good primal. Of course, unfortunately, you get into the flux, but that's fine. But yeah, that's fine.
60 seconds remaining.
Tracer's doing what she has to do, flank, and yeah, so she's distracting the Widow because Tracer's a real big threat to Widow, as you know, because close quarters Widow is trash. So good dive on their backline. I don't know if you, yeah, you get unfortunately killed. Yeah, because of course it's a good dive on the backline, but you don't have any follow-up. Your Tracer is at the moment dealing with something different. Your Ana doesn't have line of sights for you. The Mercy is doing what a Mercy does, that's fine. The only player who can support you at the moment is your Zarya. And that's unfortunately not enough with an Ana and Sigma and Mercy and then Roadhog on the other side. Also, better engage would have been go up here, force the soldier of the high ground and the widow, so they don't can look at more areas from the high ground down. Oh wait, got a message. And there a message. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we're disengaging the traces a little bit far in, but that's fine, you can get out. So that's all
Personne
bueno.
n'échappe à mon regard.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay. Don't try to do that because you won't win the 1v1 against the hawk with the monkey. Is your Ash AFK? Unfortunately, Haya isn't there. Okay, she's back, I guess. I mean, yeah, you have the disadvantage, of course, but the soldier is at the moment looking down here. The only threat would have been the enemy widow. Could have been winnable. Also, the mercy should have been with your Ash. Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
That was unfortunate, not gonna lie, with the Ash.
Helden sterben nicht.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting a nano. Course getting pushed away, unfortunately, EC9. Okay.
Ready. Ready.
How long did you pause this?
Ready.
Oh, finally. Okay, cool. Nice.
Stop the payload.
Okay, you're playing an... Wait, where are you? You're playing a double shield. That's fine. With the Hanzo against... Oh, interesting. They're running the ball comp. Okay. Okay. You're playing... That's fine. You comp completely. Enemy is running ball tracer. The aim for this comp is... I don't know if you know it. Do you know it?
Not really.
Okay. Okay, they're running in Sigma instead of in Diva, but that's also fine. Tag Fears also plays that, I think. But the way...
What?
Huh?
What do we play?
Ball Tracer with a Sigma?
You can swap the Sig for Diva.
Yeah,
depending
no,
on
I
the
know.
enemy is playing. Like
Like
Sig
in my
kills
in
spam.
my team, we don't play Sigma at all in this comp.
Okay.
But yeah, the aim of the enemies... Oh, hit my mic, nice. The enemy comp aim is... Or you have to think. This comp here is built like this. You have a core and two flankers, which completely work or nearly work separate, like two teams nearly. You have the core with the Sigma who can help out. If it would be a Diva who could help out the ball and the tracer, with the Sigma he's most of the times staying with the core. The core is Sigma, Ash, Brick, and Zen. Brick is there to defend the Zen for dives, but I mean, Brick in this at the moment is worthless because you don't have anything to dive, like a ball tracer. Trace, wait, wrong color. Tracer and ball are talking a lot together with each other, so they can figure out what target they will dive. Like for this, it would be around here. You could do it, but it's a little bit risky because you're really close together. If you would be a little bit separated, they would probably choose the Mercy or the BAP, so that have an so that I have a support less that I have to fight.
Virus, might I add something?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's much easier to understand this comp, just as in terms of thinking what the win condition is, and the win condition is basically like ball and trace are very mobile, so they can get into you very fast and get out without dying. And what they want to do is put enough pressure on you so their core can push you. It's not like they just kill you on their own because they can't, but they want you to put enough resources into them so you don't shoot their core and their core can push up to you. And yeah, that's what you have to think about. Like this comp is fast, hard hitting, and you need to play around that. And yeah, Iris, go on. Let's explain the comp. Their comp. Our comp. Like how the machine works.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
I think that's easier to understand.
Yeah.
Because we struggled with that a lot.
Okay. So let's start with your defense. Again, you can see it right now where I mentioned they are operating completely separated from the core. So yeah, you're distracted by the core or by the ball tracer. Like never both. Yeah, it's basically just right now shield spamming, staying on the high ground. Yeah, so I don't have to comment a lot. Yeah, that's what I meant. Tracer was going to pick your BAP. You have to look out for the tracer engages and for the ball engages because they can, like Tracer can easily pick your support in a split second, which you just got a demonstration of.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
You get the Reaver from the Zen through. That's really nice. But at this point, I wouldn't stay any further on the high ground because they can push you now from two directions, from here and from here, which isn't healthy at all. I would just went back here, like when I reached that point, back here, and set up here at this point. So they can't, like, because the ways you can walk on the high ground is really close, so you're pretty bunched together. So a polygraph has a lot of value, a lot of ult charge and so on, and also the E of this ball works. You get shield per enemy player you're around, so you're bunched together. Ball gets a lot of shield, can disengage. Also, you don't get any ult charge from this shield. So yeah, but back to the main topic. Just go here, and you're fine. So you get a little bit space from the enemies, but don't give them too much space, of course, because you don't want to get them near to the first point. Yeah, now it's just clean up by the enemies.
payload has reached the checkpoint.
Okay. You're setting up high ground. That's fine.
Bomb nailed it.
Wait. Where is your Bap? Okay, Bap. The Bap could have saved you. Unfortunately, he didn't. It's fine. A little bit of reaction time is needed there, of course. Yeah. Get the pick on the ball, which is quite fine, but not a big value there because there's only Orisa alive. So fighters lost, cleanup, match lost. But of course it will continue.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Don't push with two persons, like with the soldier and with the mercy, because you have enough time to regroup and do a proper contest instead of pushing with a soldier and with a mercy and just dying. Why I'm now getting pinged from like 2,000 people?
Helden sterben nicht.
Also, you wouldn't had then to pull your ult, which was totally unnecessary. Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind. Okay, you're trying to contest. You're using a lot of ults in form your bongo, your flux, your mercy is mercy. Oh yeah, there's a mercy, and yeah. Is it working out? Nope, it isn't. Again, like when a soldier and the mercy would have waited for the rest of the team, you probably would have been able to contest that, but because them missing, you have a lot of damage less than the enemy, and a lot of healing less than the enemy because your mercy is missing. So next time you have enough time to contest this point, because you just saw the rest of the team was able to get to the payload before they kept the second point. Yep.
I've got you in my sights.
Is it actually working? Wait. Okay. Well, it worked. Still, please do a proper regroup. Even though it worked, if you get higher, it won't work. I can promise you that. Okay. You are not setting up properly. Proper. You're a lot of splitted. Good coordination on the ball, but unfortunately, you can leave. Okay, they're fluxing you. Fine, good lamp there.
Wait for it.
Good kill on the ball. Unfortunately, your Bap died, so you have to play a little bit more careful because you only have Mercy healing, and that's not nearly as much as Beb, because Beb can heal multiple people because of his splash damage. Mercy can only heal one person at a time, except she misusing her ult.
Virus.
Yeah,
I think I have to. I want to add something here.
sure.
Okay. So I think the reason you won the last fight, and a reason you could something you could win even more fights with is you need to pay attention to where their core is. If you go back a little, Virus, can you
Sure.
go back to the start of the fight?
Was it? No, it was earlier.
Like when the last fight started, you said something about setting up correctly, and
Yeah.
that's right. But I don't think it's clear what you meant by that. Yeah, see that Zen? What is Zen doing brawling your Orisa? This Zen is
Feeding.
suicidal. He's like his positioning was atrocious, and even against better Zens, Zen needs to have a line of sight to your ball and tracer. So basically, yeah, ball and tracer slams your core, and what I saw there is your whole team just looking at ball tracer. Like, I think, yeah, can you go even further after that fight ended?
Mm-hmm.
I think there was a good point where their ball tracer were, ball was slamming and tracer was in your backline, and you were all looking at her. That's fine, and I mean, you obviously need to shoot at them to get out of your backline. But you were not paying attention to their core. Their core was just walking. They didn't even use any resources to come to you, and that's where you die. Even further, like to the next fight.
Where he
Yeah,
mines.
yeah, but yeah, yes. Can
This?
you? Yeah, yeah. So see, ball is their core. Look at that. Can you stop? See, their core is like setting up right now. All of you should be where the soldier is. Like Virus already said that you are not contesting that high ground. They can, if they like, they're not waiting for anyone. They can just walk up to the payloads and cross all that space, and that's like what they are fighting for, right? Uh, your main tank is still in the backline. He's still coming back, but that doesn't matter. You're playing double shield. You have a shield. You can go up to the high ground, shoot at them. Don't like the Zen. If he keeps staying there without his tank, he should die. He will die if Stormer and your soldier hit their shots. And yeah, that's like you're all looking at the ball without like paying any attention to where their core is, and they can just walk on you for free. If you continue now, you will see
Yeah,
like
right.
the ball is like one of the most mobile heroes in the game. Tracer as well. That's why they played in this comp. He just rolls up that high
He
ground and
dips.
he's back with his team. Yeah. See? Now the soldier
He,
was doing the right thing. He was putting pressure on their backline. So okay, stop now. See, now they've crossed all the space already. Like
yeah.
their Sigma is closer, their brick is dropping. They've already crossed that space, right? They didn't even fight for it. And your main tank is still not there. Your off tank is still not there. Go on, or like their.
Mm-mm.
See, now ball comes in,
Yeah, and you get
and
dived.
you need to invest resource to even take that high ground. You didn't even do anything. Like you're fighting about something you should have after that fight. Now Tracer comes in. You pay attention to her. Like their Zen, see their Zen. Like no one is looking at her. Both DPS are still fighting their backline. Zen is walking up.
And keep in mind, the brick at the moment for them is useless because the brick
Yep.
can't defend the Zen from anything because you don't dive on them. If you would play dive like a Winston Deaver and so on, the brick from them would have value because she could shield bash the Winston, whip shot the Winston, and or the Deaver. But
Yeah.
at the moment, she's just a heal bot.
I mean, she even died, right?
Yeah,
Because you see, Stormer was able to pick her off because their Zen and their uh, Brick were just walking down there. You can come from above, you can come from behind, and that's like something this comp doesn't want. A good Zen and a good Brick would probably have gone right side, right? Because you can't shoot them from all directions there. They're pretty safe there, and they can help their team. Like what I what they are doing now, I mean, you're already falling apart. This is, and there's mines everywhere. I mean, this fight is already kind of
lost.
janky as is. But yeah, like if you had set up on the high ground and they were like you were all grouped up there, you could have easily dropped on their Zen. And I think that was the same thing a fight earlier. Like their Zen and their Brick were overextending so hard because yeah, they didn't kill you already. Zen and Brick can only push when like they're when you have used enough resources that you can no longer fight them properly, and this is not the point here. Like, yeah, you are paying attention to the wrong things and you're not grouping up correctly, and that's mainly on your tanks probably to see that, to see where their scout where their enemy team is and position properly. Yeah, so that's something your tanks need to work on and pay attention to more.
Yes, thank you.
I mean, to be fair, like when the ball was there, I was just like me as Orisa was just coming back from spawn, so
Yeah.
I wasn't really
Like,
able to
of course.
on high ground or
Yeah.
know even where the enemies are.
But
Yep.
the rest of the team, I mean, you still have a Sigma. The rest of the team already had could have set it up on the high ground.
And yours main tech should have probably told your team where you want to go, and this wasn't. I mean, yeah, that's right, but same thing happened the fight before, right? So like
Yeah, right. But I know that this fight, I called my team that the ball is still on me, so I called my
You I mean,
team,
the
so-
focus of the
I
team,
do-
you
Yeah.
could.
I
Ha-
do remember. Can someone get this ball? It's still behind. Why am we focusing
Yeah,
this ball?
wait.
That was specifically.
We can
what was
actually
said.
see that. If you look at here, wait here. The ball is now coming here, or is coming. Give me a second. Take some time. Okay, the ball is now engaging on your Orisa. And at exactly that moment, your whole target focus switched onto this frame. Here. Your whole target focus. Mercy's looking at them. Sigma's looking at them. Kind of. Soldier is rotating probably to see him. And so on.
you can't kill a ball. He's too mobile. See,
You,
he just
you,
swings.
I mean, you can kill a ball, definitely, but you're running the wrong comp. You could have picked an Sombra or a McCree to stun him, so there's like the second where you can damage him a lot, or even hack him, so he can't roll anymore. But with your comp, it's really hard to kill him or deal a lot of damage to him.
So basically, rather than telling the team to go for a ball, just ignore the ball and
No.
try to get to a good position.
It's fine. It's fine that you're telling the rest of the team that there is a ball. I mean, for that you're communicating, of course, but it's still will be hard for you to punish him for that being in your backline. I mean, because he can disengage so fast.
Yeah. Setup is so important, and like one of the DPS or one of the healers could help you, so you don't die. You obviously don't want that, but like everyone looking at him just makes it so easy for him. Okay, I see 5 people are looking at me. I just get out now, and that if you look to the left side of the screen, like the other 5 people on their team can just walk up freely.
He just like buying time for the rest of the team so they can set up.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, you still could have focused him on this high ground. I mean, you have a soldier, you have a Hanzo and Bab. They can all damage the ball. I mean, Hanzo doesn't have a damage fall of. I think Bab also. I'm not sure right now. Soldier has a damage fall off, but for that you got the Mercy to compensate that.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I just saw it on my watch. The problem is we don't have much time left. Because Drop and me have to go now. Because we have a match, tournament, a GGEU match. So I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
No
Pick
problem.
this up another time.
yeah, it was now a lot of informations.
Yeah.
So
Like, for me, all I've picked up is that I just need to position a little better.
yeah, positioning.
Like, I haven't been talked about much.
Positioning is one of your major flaws. We're now teaching macro stuff. for micro stuff, you can talk for the DPS players to drop. For the tank players, you can talk to Noah, who.
Yeah.
And for the support players can talk to me. I know Lupu wants to do a 1v1. The last couple of days I didn't have enough time, but tomorrow maybe. And so yeah, and I'm already getting invited. So
Okay,